What if, just imagine for a moment, God chose to leave us for 1 minute? What if for only 60 seconds God removed his hand, his breath, his protection, his mercy, his covering? My brother, my sister, would we survive it? Would we still be standing? Would we even be alive to tell the story? Yet many of us say we don't have time for God because of work, because of stress, because of school, because of responsibilities. But what if the God we push aside decided to also not have time for us? This is a message that will shake your spirit and remind you of something deep and eternal. Family of God, hear this truth. Everything we have, everything we are, and everything we hope to be comes from Him. But often we use the very blessings God gave us as the excuses not to serve Him. We say, I'm too busy at work. I'm too tired. I don't have time to pray. I'll serve God later. I'll come back when things settle. But let me ask you again, what if God chose to leave for just 1 minute? 1. God is the one who keeps us alive. The Bible says, for in Him we live and move and have our being. Acts 17:28. Meaning without God, you wouldn't wake up. Your heart wouldn't beat. Your lungs wouldn't breathe. Your mind wouldn't think. He sustains you every second. And yet we sometimes struggle to give Him a few minutes of attention. Imagine God saying, since you don't have time for me, let me also step aside for a minute. My friend, that 1 minute would destroy everything. 2. The breath in your lungs is a gift job. 33:4 says, the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. But how often do we forget this breath is borrowed? We treat it like we own it. We use it for everything except the one who gave it. You have strength to work, but who gave you the strength? You have a job, but who opened the door? You have a family, but who protected them? You woke up this morning, but who kept you through the night? Certainly not the alarm clock. Certainly not your job. Certainly not your effort. It was God. 3. The danger of putting God last. God warned Israel about this same attitude. Deuteronomy 8:18. Remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you power to get wealth. But in the same chapter He warns, be careful not to forget the Lord and say in your heart, my power made this possible. Many people today are walking into this danger. God blesses them with a job, and the job becomes their idol. God blesses them with success, and success becomes their God. God blesses them with opportunities, and the opportunities become the reason they stop praying. But listen carefully. A blessing that takes you away from God is not a blessing. It becomes a trap. 4. If God leaves for 1 minute, everything collapses. In Psalm 121, the Bible says, the Lord watches over you. He will not let your foot be moved. Psalm 121:3. Meaning, if God stops watching over you, things will fall apart instantly. The enemy could strike, sickness could strike, accidents could strike, fear could overwhelm you. But because God has not left us, because His hand is still strong upon our lives, because His mercy is still speaking for us, we are preserved. Never let the blessings God gave you become the reasons you stop seeking the blesser. 5. God never leaves us, but we often leave Him. God says in Hebrews 13:5, I will never leave you nor forsake you. God is faithful. He does not abandon His children. He does not walk away. He does not grow tired. But we sometimes walk away emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or in our priorities. We give our job 8 hours. We give our phones 5 hours. We give social media 3 hours. But God gets whatever time is left, if anything is left at all. Yet everything we have comes from Him. 6. The call to return to our first love. Jesus said to the church in Revelation, "You have left your first love." Revelation 2:4. He didn't say you lost it, He said you left it, meaning your passion for God didn't disappear. You walked away from it slowly, gently, quietly, without noticing. But today, the Spirit of God is calling you back, calling you to deeper prayer, calling you to renewed devotion, calling you to rebuild what was dying, calling you to remember who blessed you in the first place. 7. A heart of gratitude keeps God. 1 Psalm 103:2 says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits." When you remember how far God has brought you, when you remember how many battles He fought for you, when you remember the diseases He healed, when you remember the dangers He prevented, you cannot help but give Him your time, your heart, your devotion. Gratitude will always pull you closer to God. Final stirring moment. So let me ask again, what if God left for 1 minute? What if the sun rose without His command? What if your heart beat without His permission? What if your job existed but your strength didn't? What if your blessings continued but your life stopped? My friend, you are not alive because you are busy. You are alive because God is merciful. Never let what God gave you replace the God who gave it. If this touched your heart, write in the comments, "Lord, thank you for never leaving me. Help me put you first again." Let the world know that you choose God, not just when it's convenient, not just when life is calm, but every day, every moment,